Hey everyone, and welcome back to the SCREENY. Disney movies have reigned supreme for decades now, and have given us a ton of characters that we absolutely adore. It's hardly surprising that these characters pop up everywhere we look, is it? With so many incredible characters kicking around, we don't blame animators for wanting to sneak in a few nods to their work in here and there. I mean, wouldn't you? Some of them are so well done that you probably didn't even notice them. But don't worry, we've got your back. Join us as we take a look at 10 Disney references you missed in popular movies. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. Number 10. The Great Mouse Detective, Bill the Lizard. It's not uncommon for Disney animators to recycle old characters, and that's exactly what they've done with Bill the Lizard. Bill first appeared in 1951's Alice in Wonderland when he's seen walking by with a ladder. When Alice grew into a giant inside the White Rabbit's house, Bill is tasked with getting her out before Alice sneezes and he's sent flying into the sky. Many years later, he reappears in The Great Mouse Detective, Disney's reworking of Sherlock Holmes. Bill isn't a friendly little lizard in this movie, though, and is part of Professor Ratigan's crew of henchmen. When Basil shows up at Ratigan's lair, Bill and the others capture him, laugh at him, and tie him up. What side is Bill on, really? Who knows? He also appears at the beginning of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, helping someone with a ladder when Eddie Valiant looks outside the window. Number 9. Oliver and Company, Trust, Peg and Jock. Oliver and Company was an animal version of Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist, and although it's not as popular as Disney's princess offerings, it's a cult classic. Poor little Oliver doesn't have a clue about life on the streets until he meets a loving and loyal gang. But you might never have realized that some very familiar dogs were there too. When the dogs are walking on the street, you can see Trust, Peg and Jock from The Lady and the Tramp going for their afternoon strolls with their owners. Jock's beautiful blue-gray hue is unforgettable, as is Peg's flouncy mane of hair. It's a fleeting cameo and so quick most of us missed it the first time round, so don't be too hard on yourself if you were today years old when you found out. You're not the only ones. Number 8. The Rescuers, Bambi and Mom. This 1977 movie was a real tearjerker at times, so it's not surprising that Disney thought that they would put Bambi and his mom in there for good measure, albeit hidden in plain sight. The Rescue Aid Society are a team of mice determined to rescue orphan Penny, as she is held prisoner by an evil huntress. Of course, there are a few hiccups on the way, and in one poignant scene, Penny walks across a bridge at night in despair, clutching her battered teddy bear as she cries. The song Someone Waiting for You plays in the background as the little girl looks up to the stars. The camera then pans out to a shot of a lake where little Bambi and his ill-fated mother are eating grass from the other side of the bank. Did Bambi's mom really not die after all? Or is Penny seeing the ghostly spirits of mother and son reunited in heaven? Who knows? The theories are endless. Number 7. The Princess and the Frog, Magic Carpet. What on earth would a flying carpet from olden-day Agrabah be doing in 1900s New Orleans, you say? Well, this is Disney, and anything can happen at any time. In the upbeat tale of The Princess and the Frog, events are as fast-paced as the bayou-dwelling predator, so it's hardly surprising that you missed the flying carpet and all the confusion. As hardworking Tiana is heading to her second job at a diner, there's a woman shaking out a floor rug on her balcony. Of course, the rug is none other than the magic carpet from Aladdin. Its beautiful colors are instantly recognizable, if you know what you're looking for. For a character that doesn't speak, the carpet remains one of the best-loved Disney staples of all time, and can be seen popping up in multiple movies. Do you know some of the carpet cameos we've missed? Let us know in the comments below. Number 6. Lilo and Stitch, Mulan. Okay, so this one isn't really a character appearance, but it's a definite reference. Lilo and Stitch was a different sort of adventure for Disney, who at the time had a pretty good run of love stories in the 90s. This alien adventure was a hit, but animators couldn't resist giving a nod to other Disney movies when they created it. Above Lilo's bed in her room is a MULAN poster. As the youngster's room is cluttered and the shots are fleeting, it goes by unnoticed until someone like us comes along and points it out to the wider audience. We knew we were good for something. Now we know what. Mulan has popped up in other movies too. Disney princesses have a habit of popping up when they're least expected, and they probably will continue to do so until the dawn of time. Number 5. Monsters University Pizza Planet Truck. If a magic carpet can be classed as a character, then so can a pizza truck. The Pizza Planet truck first appeared in Pixar's Toy Story, but its days didn't end with the credits. The truck has become a long-standing private joke for the animators over at Pixar, who make a point of putting it in every single movie. Most notably, the truck has appeared in Monsters University and Bug's Life. In Monsters University, Randall is trying to scare the owners of a trailer. The camera is focused on the outside shot, showing clearly the Pizza Planet truck parked right outside. Have you ever noticed the truck in Disney movies before? Number 4. Toy Story 2 GERI. If you've watched a lot of Pixar shorts, then you might be aware of this one, but it's still quite easy to miss. Sometimes things can be painfully obvious when we look for them and unidentifiable when we don't. The sweet old man GERI first popped up in the short film Jerry's Game, where he plays a quiet game of chess in the park by himself. In that appearance, he seemed harmless, but he takes a more important role when he turns up in Toy Story 2. When Woody is accidentally sold at a yard sale to the toy dealer, he has to be repaired to get him back up to his top value. Who turns up to stitch Woody back together but our very own chess-playing GERI? He looks a lot scarier than he did in his first outing with the magnifying lens on his glasses, but he does fix the toy sheriff, so we should be grateful for that. GERI goes on his merry way, and as we haven't seen him again, we can only assume that he is using his spare time thinking about his next move on the board. Number 3. Finding Nemo, Buzz Lightyear. If an unexpected character was to turn up in the underwater adventure Finding Nemo, then you'd expect it to be someone like Flounder from The Little Mermaid or a nod to Triton. The last thing you would expect to see is a beloved Toy Story character, right? In fact, you probably didn't notice it at all when Buzz turned up unexpectedly, did you? His appearance was more fleeting than a message to Star Command, and unless you were purposely looking for it, there's no chance you'd see it. When Nemo unexpectedly ends up as a birthday present to the dentist's niece, the cameras pan to a shot of the office so we can get a deeper understanding of little Nemo's plight. We see a toy box in the waiting room with a few items scattered around it, and there, sure enough, is a discarded Buzz Lightyear laying flat on his face next to a Jack-in-the-Box. Poor little Woody is nowhere to be found, and we don't see any toys magically coming to life, but it's a pretty sweet nod to one of Disney's biggest franchises. Number 2. Monsters Inc. Nemo. Monsters Inc. was released way before Finding Nemo, premiering in 2002, but clearly the creators had Nemo on the brain for a long time before it came to fruition. It's probably the case that animators were working on Nemo while they were working on Monsters Inc., which might be why they had Boo hand Sully a Nemo doll. Either that, or they just really like clownfish. If you look closely, then you can also spot a Jessie doll from Toy Story 2, which was released 2 years prior to Monsters Inc. in February of 2000. There are probably a number of hidden Easter eggs in Monsters Inc., considering that the monsters go into kids' bedrooms on a regular basis. Have you spotted any that we haven't? Let us know! Number 1. Ratatouille, Doug. Who doesn't love the dopey little dog from Up? Doug the dog is a loving bundle of joy that fans just can't get enough of. But he was first introduced, albeit in shadow form, in 2007's Ratatouille. The movie centers on a genius chef that happens to be a rat, and all of his crazy exploits. If you've ever spotted this, then you're a straight-up genius, but we're guessing you probably haven't. When Remy runs through an apartment, he stops in his tracks when he sees a shadow of a dog on the wall. Obviously, he doesn't want to get eaten, so he scampers pretty quickly in the opposite direction, and so we never see more of the phantom dog. Or should we say, Doug. It's quite interesting to know that these characters have been kicking around Pixar Studios for a long time before they reach our screens, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content, and don't forget to check out one of the other 2 videos on your screen.